Good morning, students. Welcome to the geography class. Today we are going to continue the chapter number 4, Air Around Us. Student, it is very important to know about our learning outcomes before starting the topic. It would help you to understand the topic more clearly, and you can make an eye on learning outcome that you have to achieve after the completion of this topic. So let's see our learning outcomes. The student will be able to write the importance of monsoon wind to Indian agriculture. As you all know, India is an agricultural country and our economy depends upon agriculture. So what is the role of monsoon wind in enhancing our agriculture? Secondly, explain the mechanism of rainfall. Rainfall, which is very important for all the living beings living on the earth, and it is a source of fresh water. So we will understand how it occurs on the earth's surface, how your area receives rainfall. So this we will learn from mechanism of rainfall. Thirdly, differentiate between weather and climate. Every area has its own special weather, but in general we say climate is same for all the time and it is taken for a large area. So in this learning outcome we will see what is the basic difference between weather and climate.
Students, have you ever noticed the blow of wind over the dry leaves? It can capture everybody's heart when the dry leaves down the pavement move very slowly, gently. Whereas sometimes it causes uprooting of the trees during the thunderstorms. It scares us. Sometimes when the wind blows gently, you can even see the blowing away of smoke and fine dust. Whereas wind can be so strong that it is difficult to walk against it. You must have experienced it is not easy to hold an umbrella on a windy day. Students, we understand here that wind, whether slow or fast, affects our life. It is a powerful agent. Let's see the definition of wind. The movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure area is called wind. Students, we should remember that wind always moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. You can see in this diagram also the wind is coming from high pressure area towards the low pressure area. You can see high and low. Both the side the pressure is high and in between the pressure is low. So wind movement is towards the low pressure area. Wind always moves from high pressure to low pressure area. Now how these high pressure and low pressure areas are created? We need to understand this. And for this thing, you will always remember that atmospheric temperature and pressure are opposite to each other on the earth's surface. The higher the temperature, the lower will be the pressure. जितना temperature ज़्यादा होगा उतना ही एयर का प्रेशर लो होगा. Higher the pressure, lower will be the temperature. So you should remember this thing. And this is the reason how there is a difference in the temperature and pressure. Now see, in an area where temperature rises high, the air gets heated and rise upward. जैसे ही एयर को ज़्यादा हीट मिलेगी वो वार्म हो जाएगी और वार्म एयर लाइट वेट हो जाती है और वो हीटअप होने के बाद बहुत जल्दी अपवर्ड स्काई की तरफ राइज करती है, ऊपर उठती जाती है. दिस कॉजेस फॉल इन द एयर प्रेशर। अब जब वहाँ से एयर की मूवमेंट वर्टिकली अपवर्ड हो गई, यू कैन सी इन द डायग्राम ऑल्सो द वार्म एयर इज राइजिंग अपवर्ड इन द स्काई, सो इट कॉजेज लो प्रेशर ओवर दैट एरिया। तो उस एरिया में जो प्रेशर है वो लो हो जाएगा। अब इसके ऑपोजिट कॉन्ट्ररी जो दूसरी प्लेस है वहाँ पर कोल्ड एयर है, एंड कोल्ड एयर इज डेंसर इन नेचर। Cold air is dense and that is why it sinks down. You can see in the picture also the cold air sink down. वो नीचे बैठती है toward the earth's surface. And this cold air will take the place of warm air. अब इस जो दूसरे एरिया में वार्म एयर ऊपर राइज की गई है उसकी प्लेस लेने के लिए कोल्ड एयर उसकी जगह पे आ जाएगी। ठीक है, सो इससे क्या होता है, एक सर्कुलेशन चलता रहता है। हाई प्रेशर से विंड लो प्रेशर की तरफ कंटिन्यूसली मूव करती रहेगी और इनका एक सर्कुलर सेल इसी तरीके से चलता रहेगा। अब जो वार्म एयर है वो स्काई में अपवर्ड ऊपर जाके बहुत जल्दी ठंडी हो जाएगी। एज वी हैव स्टडीड कि द हायर वी गो द टेम्परेचर डिक्रीजेस। सो एयर जैसे जैसे ऊपर जाएगी डिक्रीज होगा उसका टेम्परेचर एंड इट विल फॉर्म क्लाउड्स। एंड वार्म एयर रेनफॉल लाने में बहुत हेल्पफुल होती है, वेयर एज जो हमारी कोल्ड एयर है वो हैवी है, डेंस है एंड इट ट्राइज टू सिंक डाउन ऑन द अर्थ सर्फेस। सर्दियों में फॉग आपकी नीचे को बैठती है ऑन दी अर्थ सर्फेस। क्यों? क्योंकि वो ठंडी है, वो डेंस है एंड दैट इज़ वाई वो अर्थ सर्फेस पे सेटल डाउन होती है। लेकिन जैसे ही सुबह की सनशाइन उस पर पड़ती है इट जस्ट इवेपोरेट इन दी एटमॉस्फेयर। सो दिस एयर सर्कुलेशन कंटिन्यूसली गोज ऑन एंड ऑन। सो रिमेंबर the wind movement is always from high pressure to low pressure, and higher the temperature lower will be the pressure, and the lower the temperature the higher will be the pressure. The upcoming of monsoon winds in India is a very good example of a seasonal winds which blow from high pressure area to low pressure area. India receives heavy rainfall due to the monsoon winds. India, as an agricultural country, is dependent upon these monsoon winds for the rainfall. Our Indian economy is mostly dependent upon the agricultural production. The most of the people in India are doing agriculture. So, this monsoon wind helps Indian people to have more food production. The term monsoon is derived from the Arabic word which means mausim, season. So these seasonal winds enter through Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Here you can see there is unusual heating and cooling of land and water. In summers, when India receives lot of high temperature, the pressure over India becomes low. In comparison to Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, the pressure is high. So we have learned that wind move from high pressure to low pressure. So here you can see the winds are moving from Arabian Sea to Indian subcontinent as high pressure to low pressure. Now these wind again reverse back in the winter season when there is high pressure in India and low pressure on the Indian Ocean. The country like India waits for the monsoonal winds because the whole country depends upon these winds for rainfall. So let's understand the mechanism of rainfall. As you can see in this video, hot air rises. It reaches the high in the atmosphere. It is because of the presence of sun. Sun heats up all the water bodies and evaporates the water and forms the water vapor. This is called evaporation. Now, when it reaches up, it starts becoming cooler. the air becomes cool, and it is because of low temperature there. As we go higher, the temperature decreases. Thus, the water present in the form of water vapor condenses into the tiny droplets of water or ice crystals. In due course of time, these tiny particles join together and form clouds. You can see in the video. Due to further cooling, these tiny condensed droplets join and form larger droplets. In the course of time, these droplets become so heavy that the air cannot hold them. Hence, they fall down as a rainfall or a snowfall on the earth's surface, depending upon the atmospheric temperature of the region. If the region is very cold, then it will be a snowfall, and if it is a plain area, then it will be a rainfall. The rainfall is very important to all of us as it brings water to the earth, which is essential for the survival of all kinds of life on it. So, how can we measure the rainfall? कि ये ज़्यादा हुई है अर्थ पर या कम हुई है? So, here is an instrument named rain gauge. Rain gauge is used to measure the rainfall, and the measuring unit of the rainfall is centimeter or millimeter. It is important for us to know the daily temperature and pressure conditions of a place where we live. Further, when we travel to any distant place, we should know these things to prepare ourselves for a particular weather condition. For our benefit, the weather reports are given daily in the newspaper, radio, on your mobile phones. There are so many apps which tell us about the daily weather report. It includes all information regarding the atmospheric condition like forecast of temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind velocity, sunrise, sunset, etc. These are useful to us, all of us in different ways, and we should make it our habit to read the weather report on daily basis. Differentiate between weather and climate. This question is very important from examination point of view. So you all are going to learn it very carefully. Weather. Weather refers the atmospheric condition of a specific place for a short period of time. On the other hand, climate is also atmospheric condition over a long period of a time for over a large area. Climate बड़े एरिया को देखकर कैलकुलेट किया जाता है और इसकी जो कंडीशंस है वो ज़्यादा लंबी टाइम के लिए हम रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. मे बी it is recorded for 30 to 35 years, whereas weather is calculated day to day or hour to hour. So it changes from day to day or hour to hour. सुबह अगर सनी है तो शाम को क्लाउडी है, कभी विंडी है तो कभी थंडरस्टॉर्म्स है. So this is the weather. But climate remains same. It changes after a long period of a time. Maybe you can say 30 to 35 years. Long time. Now weather. Weather includes temperature, rainfall, air pressure, humidity of a specific place for a short period of a time. For example, sunny day, cloudy day, windy day, etc. Whereas climate include all these elements like temperature, rainfall, air pressure, humidity over a large area for a long period of a time. For example, you can say the climate of India is a monsoonal type of a climate. So here we have done with the climate and weather. Now it's time for home assignment. Student, you will draw a labeled diagram of mechanism of rainfall in your geography notebook with the help of colors. You will be labeling it nicely. You can take help from your book. And secondly, you will collect the weather report for a week from the newspaper or from your phone and write it in a tabular form. So we have done today's topic. Now you will read your book carefully and try to solve the back exercise question answers. This chapter ends here only, but you will be reading book very carefully. Till then, take care, stay safe at home. Happy learning.